Hello everybody, welcome back to another Marvel Contest of Champions news weekend. Yes, the weekend edition. What we do is we have a little discussion. We take a topic that we formulated the previous week and then we talk about it in this particular edition. I respond to some of your comments and thrust in my own opinions as well for good measures. In any case, how we start Marvel Contest of Champions News Weekend is we formulate a discussion point for the next week. And what I've decided to do is to give a shout out. Kabam very kindly put a spotlight on me personally, and I kind of feel that I want to start putting in a bit more positive discussion point for our particular Marvel Contest of Champions News Weekend. Kabam haven't been doing quite so many bad things at the moment, apart from the exploit with the community boss rush thing, which sort of benefited players, and as well the fact that maybe they're not doing the rewards, but I think we've covered the duplicate rewards or exploited rewards before. So I was thinking to myself, well, let's shout out, let's do a bit of positivity and let's shout out other creators, but I want to shout out specific ones. The specifics that I'm looking for shouting at an MCC YouTuber is preferably below 5,000 subscribers, have great personalities, are very welcoming in their live streams and very entertaining, and at the same time are very helpful to people. The kind of thing I want to see in the comment section is the person's name and then a little kind of sentence of why you think they deserve a shout out. And like I said, I am looking for specifics of around about 5,000 subscribers. Maybe they don't have the traction they deserve and they are busting a gut to get there, but I'd like to do this as a positive thing. And we'll probably be doing MCC News Weekend from New York more than likely. Fingers crossed all goes well with that. And now let's move on to last week's discussion, which was, is it a risk ranking up new champions? Based on the fact of they could be changed if Kabam put them in and they're overhyped, they overperform or exploit any kind of damage dealing, then should they be on the chopping block for change? Now, this is going to be a very good one. I was looking forward to this discussion point and people didn't let me down on this. So first of all, Carol says, jokes on Kabam, I don't get new champions. And that's the thing about popularity with a lot of new champions coming into game. Even Dave recently said that he will be trying to go away from featured. I don't know if he's going to keep his word on that one. I am interested to do featured at a later date, but I gave up on featured Cavalier crystals very early, not early on this year, but Namor crystals. Got let down with them. And I just thought it's not worth it unless Kabam improve the luck on this thing. But Dear John says, at this point I'd rather rank 5 my Red Hulk than Corvus, Omega, Carl or Aegon. At least he's not on the radar. And that's the thing, avoiding the chop for potential champion changes is something that seems important. I do feel Kabam should give more back to the community when all they do is take our money and say, F you, we made mistakes. Making them too strong, we need to rebalance, definitely need to give back the gold and all resources put into the champion in question. And that's something we did talk about, the idea of rank down tickets and whether or not it should be proportional to any great champion changes. And he goes, Dolbear, who I think is in my alliance, goes on to kind of reiterate that and talk a bit more about the way the resources put into it as well. I'm on a halt just now with playing, not spending any money, not doing at all due to the champ change situation. You wouldn't buy something that could change from 1 minute to the next, and that's something I think I saw a meme like. Do you remember those kids back in school who used to change the rules of a game midway through that? And I do agree that that is something that is a bit annoying because you're like, oh, consistency with it, and yeah, you don't get in other games. Marvel Powers United VR, which I'm playing at the moment, got a load of videos coming out whilst I'm in New York. I tell you, I'm having a blast with. And the thing is, they get it right at the point of putting that in. There are certain characters that are not too overpowered, but they're more powerful than others. Iceman is an Omega level mutant, so you expect in game him being like that. Hulk is a fantastic character and does a lot of damage, but again, it's like it's consistent against the, the nuance of the game, nuance of the Marvel universe, and a few other characters are quite good as well. I need to kind of experiment with a few more. I'm expecting good things from Captain Marvel. My future sister-in-law, she was here. She played as Captain Marvel and said that she's very good, but I don't know if I'm going to find it good. At this stage of the game, I really don't like how they are doing. It seems to be that any new champ you'll have to wait 3 months to see if you. Yeah, you kind of roll the dice, don't you? As the man Moses says, you roll the dice. Are you going to be able to have the champion the strength when it comes to that point? Classic champs because more valuable. Check. Eliminate need to spend on grind. Yeah, so people were going like, well, look, if this is going to be the case, it's going to be the risk factor for new champions being ranked up, then people are going to be more intended to kind of look at the older champions, which then pushes more buys towards the basics. And I mean, me personally, I'm like, well, I may do a couple new featured at New York Comic Con, and I probably will do 2 featured from the older set, so the Namor set. Because I'm like, well, if I go for the new one, then I could get Clairvoyant or Warlock. What if they get changed? That's the big worry about that. Rank down tickets are good, but what about all the signature stones invested in? Yeah, that's a good point. That's the point, isn't it? Like signature stones you invested in, should you get that back as well? Maybe that's a future topic point. You can't rank them up till you know, and you won't know for 3 months. So I honestly don't know why you would waste money. Units are trying to get them. You could go for them and benefit their use till Kabam nerfs them. Fair point. I think that's going to be the point of it all. I tend to rank up fun, old, utility heavy, or synergy reliant champions. That is why the rank up gems from variants are actually really darn decent for this purpose only, because Kabam have, I don't know if like it's not a silly thing by Kabam, but they've made more now they've made more emphasis on older champions with stuff like this. Look, you're not driving sales for your newer stuff. You're kind of promoting your older stuff, which I guess is good in some ways. But then why be so heavy in putting 2 champions in a month? Stick it down to 1 and slow down the pace of the game. I'm sure people will be cool with that, but I could be wrong. Nailed it, Rich. People, unfortunately, probably should wait at least 90 days after the release to do anything with them. I see that Kaskam is going to change. Yeah. It does see this. I say that this has been a good discussion point. It has been very one-sided, but I think we're all in agreement with the same thing so far, is that waiting, as Nick even says, waiting to rank a new champion kills the excitement for this game. Pulling Clairvoyant should be exciting. So that's the thing, isn't it? If you're taking more emphasis away from your future stuff and the current stuff, then it's focused on the past. So you're then bringing the past back to the present, which it's good in some ways, but it's not good for further evolution of the game. Time to rank up mediocre champions. Vulture, Electra, and Cable are all going up. Kabam would never touch them, right? Yeah, exactly. And maybe that's the thing, isn't it? Like, well, we need older champions to be revamped up, and we've only really got them fairly recently. Absolutely, Rich. I definitely feel uncertain on champs to bring up. It does seem that it's, as Django says, it is a very uncertain time. But good to know about Ebony Maw. As a 4-star. I'm too scared to rank him up even though he's going to get buffed. Yeah, exactly. It puts you into a state of paranoia with the game, which, you know, you never really kind of like, you don't know where you stand half the time, but I love it. Richard Man won't heart you unless you're first. What do you mean? I'm reading them. I'm reading through all of them. The problem is when I do Marvel Contest Champions News Weekend, because I did the 30-minute version the other day, but if I put that out without any kind of clickbait towel, no one would watch it. So look, I'm doing the bit. I'll even, like, in a moment, I'll go down to the bottom. Love your content as always, Rich. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Hey, Rich Man, I want to rank 5 my 5-star Corvus Glaive, but I hear pulling him on a 6-star crystal and waste the materials on a 5-star one I could save for 6-star. I would probably say go for, please. So PS, like you, recently pulled a 6-star Sabretooth, just finished. I just wish we had stronger bleed. Like, yeah, no, I do agree, but I like my Sabretooth. I know that he's not the extent of bleeds there, but persistent charges just make him so much fun, even as an unawakened version. And also to kind of answer that question, wait till your next 6-star, see what you get. If you get something trash, you're getting something you don't want, then rank them up. I'd probably say that's the best thing to do. Hell no, I would not rank up any new champions. It is like selling them for nothing. Also, I love your videos, Rich. Hey, thank you very much for the kind words. Much love, and totally agree. I'll read these stats too, then I'm going to zoom to the bottom. Any feature crystals are a waste of units, especially for anyone who hasn't reached level 60. Put those units towards your masteries. Yeah, exactly. Look towards, avoid getting victimized. Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? People are saying, look, once bitten, twice shy with Kabam on this subject. If it's going to happen once, it'll happen again. As even said there, go back, use the resources in the correct way, like for masteries and kind of further development, and then go, right, well, I'll do old school champions. I kind of revamp them because there's still some viability in old school champions nowadays. With the new Kabamming trend, I'm not spending 1 more cent on this game. And that's the thing, if it's going to put people off, Kabam needs to learn the lessons. Something I'm looking forward to speaking to Kabam Mike and company at New York Comic Con about this. I understand there's going to be whales and people that exclusively pay a lot of money into the game. I can't really do this anymore. It's not financially, it's like, you look at the cost, I could buy, for the price of Marvel Powers United, I get a full game and I've got no add-ons to buy. And the extent of what I get out of the game is a lot more than what the amount I spent on the Oculus, Marvel Powers United, and also, you know, having a bit of fun with other free-to-play games on Oculus. You just get so much more value nowadays, and I think Kabam would be making more money if they revamp their pricing scheme, but that will never be the case. One thing I'll try and do is, like, when I do Marvel Contest Champions News Weekend, is try and, like, you know, quickly zoom through stuff and you know, try and pick up some random questions rather than just going in a list. So starting off, Gaming Cloud says first, hey, just want a rank down ticket so I can rank down my 4-star Punisher and have the mats ready for, or cats ready for Nick Fury. Good choice. Hopefully that comes off you. I'll be so disappointed if they do not nerf her in a couple of months. Yeah, like Clairvoyant, yeah, could happen. I ranked 3 my 5-star Havoc yesterday and leveled him up to max. I'm a middle tier player and that's like my rank 5 at my stage. But if they nerf him, then I won't have any good 5-stars because I only have 4 and the other 3 suck. So for people who are very dependent on new champions, go, oh, I've just come to the game, oh, I've just got a 5-star. I took a bit of luck and got myself a 4-star Clairvoyant, and it's like, oh, she's going to be changed, and it's like, oh, well, that's disappointing, isn't it? Makes you a bit kind of salty. Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of time to this comment because I saw it was like, love how you read every comment repeating what's already been said, but yet slip over the fact Arcus is freezing phones and making them tweak out. I love that good stuff, and that's why I don't watch your content much anymore. So here we go. The Gaming Reaper, I'm giving you a bit of time of day. It is critical, so I understand that. Look, I'll be brutally honest. I'm giving everybody a chance to have their comment read. I get levels of disrespect from different people for whatever different reason. And the fact is, it could make someone's day that I've actually bothered to come out of my way to make a video and include someone to actually read out their comment, like I'm giving you the time of day now. I thought about, you know, commenting on this a bit further and kind of giving my own take, but then, like, looking at this person's content, I think they're like a young kid, so I'm going to assume that they don't understand the way that most things work. I'm sorry, I didn't cover your story because I think you're mad about that. I would have liked that to be in a forum post and then send a link to me if you've got any further problem. Clickbaiting is part of YouTube, and if you've got a problem with that, you've got a problem with Dorky Diggity Dave, who, like myself, we're both doing more clickbait because at the end of the day, YouTube don't send out notifications to everybody, so we're just trying our best. Cut us some slack, please. I play indie games once a week on a Thursday because I like doing that and also engaging with indie developers. If you've got a problem with that, go and speak to indie developers and say their life's work is shit, because that is essentially what you need to say. They deserve a platform as much as you deserve a platform to have a comment in my comment section. So look, again, cut me some slack. I'm busting my gut, trying to make content and edit as best I can. So please, again, cut me some slack. And yeah, just generally, I'm trying my best to do anything to make this a working full-time venture for myself. Now let's refocus our attention for meme review. Let's do it. Oh no, no, don't take my Naruto. Naruto, look after your god tears. Kabam is searching for them. I love this fellowship of all things Ant-Man. You have my phasing, my stingers. And I'm also here. The mods are like, yeah, we're not commenting on actual problems. Mods, commenting on openings and brag posts. Time Paradox solo events exists. Summoner, I use the champion to destroy the champion. Looking at the Hulk. Looking at She-Hulk. Let's talk about the sister game. Mum, there's a monster under my bed. It's the most hideous thing I've ever seen. Why'd you hate me, brother? Okay, this one's going round, and I did mention it before. Do you remember those kids that would change the rules mid-game when you started to beat them? Yeah, well, those kids work at Kabam. Sends ticket to Kabam? Wait for reply. And let's finish with this one. I think I've done this before, but if not, we've got, what about Thor? He's off-world. Captain Marvel, unavailable. Colobsidian, nerfed. So there we go, that's been Marvel Contest of Champions News. Started off positive, continued positive, dropped to negative, came back to positive again. good news. The fact is, Grim, if you're watching this, then please come and contact me on social media. You obviously got a problem you want to talk to me directly about, and especially with your Arcus issue. I do welcome you to do that, so please go and do that. In other cases, I'm sorry to anybody that maybe don't like the way that I do the videos, or maybe the clickbaiting side of things, but look, I've got nothing else to do by YouTube's scuffy algorithm. If they're not going to push out notifications to you all, then I've got to find ways of you actually seeing my videos. So look, that's a problem everyone on YouTube has. But in any case, thanks very much for your ongoing support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.